When I was a little girl, I dreamt about adventure. And I dreamt about having it for the rest of my life. Obviously, at that phase, adventure seemed like something that happened overseas, something that happened in some of the other drama or a jungle. And I've grown to learn that adventure is actually everywhere. My name is Eidde Francke. I'm a clinical psychologist. I've been in private practice for close to 17 years now. I have been seeing private patients, families, couples, group consultations over all these years. So loads of people on the couch every single day. I started a business quite recently called Franck, and Franck is a support tool and basically a companion to mental health practitioners. We don't have to go into the details of the major wave and the impact we all feel in terms of mental health. So now I am starting to be a businesswoman. I don't know all the right terminology. I'm still finding my feet. So I've got the little title of CEO, and probably the imposter syndrome within me says to me that I'm not yet the CEO. But on paper, I'm the CEO of Franck, and Franck is a companion to psychologists. I will definitely not sit here and say that I've had an only tough life. I've had beautiful moments too. But there's a toughness and beauty as well. And I think we live in a society where we are very fearful of discomfort. We want to avoid it. We see discomfort as being this thing that that we're doing something wrong, an indication that we're on the wrong track and we should stop what we're doing because it's too hard. The discomfort's just so overwhelming. But in so many ways, I've found that discomfort is the very thing that has taught me to grow through things. But probably the biggest sacrifice has been that the time, and often having to choose the right thing, which isn't the fun thing, the right thing which isn't always the thing that feels nice. And then the sacrifice of people very often. You pursue a dream, a journey, you pursue that thing that beats in your heart, and it means that you will lose people along the way. Some of them for periods of time, and they'll come back. But then there are people and relationships that will remain a permanent sacrifice. What motivated me throughout is this idea that enough will never feel enough for me. And enough, or the pursuit of enough, I think for me led me to that ever-present burning in my belly of curiosity. Even in days when I wonder whether it's worth it, on days where I really feel like the tediousness of pursuing a dream, the tediousness of doing the right thing, there's that curiosity that says, but what if? What if you made it to that next point? What if you didn't make it to the next point? You had to take a detour. What would that detour bring? So, in essence, probably curiosity. Success for me is definitely not a final thing, a thing that can ever be completely done. It's always a work in progress, a thing to grow through. And maybe in the same way as a failure is not fatal, a success should never be finished. And I think it's maybe Churchill that said, the courage with which you face that success journey, that's actually what it's about. So the courage and success is kind of those two sides of the same coin. I think a word of encouragement would be just pitch up. Pitch up for whatever it is. Pitch up for the difficult bit. Pitch up where you feel uncomfortable. Pitch up where you feel it's going to be hard or time wasteful. Just pitch up. It creates momentum, and from that momentum, before you know it, the next thing came with that. So pitch up.